Hello, my name is Shigeru Sasajima. Today you are learning Tables and Graphs 2. 今日は表とグラフの2回目です。Okay, let's get started. Today's topics are tables and graphs. Let's start. Math activities. Okay. Alright, let's have some review. Tables, 表. For example, favorite sports, 好きなスポーツ. Okay, so look at this table. This table is called column form. Column form. Column means this 縦のもの。縦に表ができているもの。これをコラムフォームと言います。それに対して、横に伸びているもの。これをローフォーム。ローフォーム。コラムは縦で、ローは横です。Okay? So there are two types of bar graph. Alright? So look at this column form. These are labels, sports labels. Baseball, football, swimming, tennis, others. Labels. これに対して、数値。これを value と言います。values と言います。So student numbers are values 8, 9, 6, 4, 5. Okay? Look at this row form. Labels. This one. Labels are sports. Baseball, football, swimming, tennis, and others. Okay? These are values for student numbers. 8, 9, 6, 4, 5. These are values. Okay. Summary. A table is a way of presenting data データを表す presenting data使う rows and columns 横と縦を使ってデータを表す 方法です。A table is a way of presenting data using rows and columns. Very difficult, but anyway, let's understand. Please understand. 表は横と縦を使ってデータを表す方法です。In English, a table is a way of presenting data using rows and columns. Remember, memorize, learn rows and column. Table, data, presenting, way, right? Okay, so based on these tables, this is a graph. We call it a graph. We call it bar graph. 棒グラフと言います。棒グラフ。bar graph. Alright? So, this title is favorite sports. What are your favorite sports? And this is how many students. So this is called frequency 度数と言います。A, B, C, D, E sports A 8 student B 9 students C 6 students D 4 students E 5 students. Okay, A, B, C, D, E means baseball, football, swimming, tennis, and others. Alright? So, football. Football is has a big numbers, nine students. Baseball's 8. Alright? So it's easy to understand how many students like sports, favorite sports. It's easy to understand. So graph can show these data clearly. Okay, Of course, tables can be very available, very good. 表もグラフもとても役に立ちますけど、グラフの方がよく表すと思います。So graph is very convenient, very good for your student, for you to understand how many students like sports. Okay. Summary. What is a bar graph? What is a bar graph? 棒グラフとは何でしょうか？ Okay. The graph on the right. Look at this right. 右側を見てください。The graph on the right shows how many students like which sports. How many students like which sport. Right? 右のグラフは何人の生徒がどのスポーツを好きかを表します。The graph on the right shows how many students like which sport. There are two axes on the graph. There are two axes. Axis, what is an axis? Axis is a 軸, right? 軸, ABCD 軸 or row axis and column axis. Axis is 縦軸、横軸、縦軸、横軸。Okay? You can see this graph. There are two axes on the graph. Okay? 縦軸 is how many, shows how many. 横軸 row X shows favorite sports. Okay? One axis represent one axis how many? Represent 表す the numerical value. It's very difficult English words. Numerical values. Numerical 数字の values 値数値 Okay. One axis represents the numerical values. Repeat after me. Numerical values. Alright. Next one, the other axis. The other axis 他のもう一つの軸 The other axis here. Axis represent shows the label data. Label data. もう一つの軸は項目を表します。Sports. Okay. So, the graph on the right shows how many students like which sport. So, graph can be very good to understand how many students like which sport. Alright? Graph is very, very good. Okay, summary. This is a table. Label is sports, students, or baseball, football, swimming, tennis, and others. And values, numerical values, 8, 9, 6, 4, 5, right? This table shows how many students like which sport. Next one, this graph also shows how many students like which sports. Which one do you like? This table, this graph? I'm not sure, maybe this graph can show the data very clearly, I think. グラフの方がわかりやすいと思います。Okay, it's your turn to make a graph. Alright? Last time you did research, you got the data. How many girls, how many boys like subject. Alright? This is sample data. Okay? There are 40 students in total. There are 20 boys and 20 girls, and this is the data. These are data, right? And based on this graph, you can make this graph. Okay, Japanese, social studies, science, math, PE, music, English. Alright? So I like you to make your own graph based on this based on this table. Okay? Okay, let's get started your activities. Let's get started your activities. I like you to enjoy this activity and I like you to make a good graph. Bye bye.